Hey guys, what's up? It's Sam Frost here from reviewsboss.com, and in this little article, what I'm going to be talking about is a subject that I guess I'm really interested in it. It's something I've been doing for a long time now, basically what I want to do for you guys is answer this question: how to earn money from Facebook page likes. So you've got a Facebook page, maybe you've built it up over some years, some months, whatever. You might have a mem page or an entertainment page or a business page or whatever, and you want to know how you can leverage the likes you've built up, the audience you've built to earn money. So in this article, what I'm going to do is talk you through some strategies that will help you to earn money from your Facebook page likes. Look, I'm not promising this is going to make you a millionaire overnight or anything like that. It probably won't. Certainly there are easier ways to make a living, but if you're out there actively building up Facebook pages and audiences on Facebook, there are ways to monetize your Facebook page. There are ways to make your Facebook pages more profitable and to earn money from them. And basically, what I'm going to do is just give you the sort of 101 on everything I recommend. So, what I'll do is start off by talking a little bit through what I do. In my background in this space. So, if you've done any reading on this blog or you've checked out the About section or anything, you'll know my day job is as a digital marketing consultant. So you can check out that part of my business at www.samfrost.co.nz. So I work with a bunch of clients in a whole load of different industries, helping them make more money for their business through the internet. But what I also do on the side is a lot of affiliate marketing. So that was actually where I started out online, and it's one of my passions. I hope to sort of really grow that into an actual, really workable sort of business over the next couple of years. It's sort of in my long-term plan to do. And one of the cornerstones of what I do for my affiliate marketing is use Facebook pages. So my first sort of exposure to this came probably in late 2015. There's a guy who I follow who's really well known in the affiliate marketing space called Luke Kling, and he's known as being the affiliate manager for a affiliate network called Peerfly. But he also publishes some really awesome content on general sort of affiliate marketing topics. He's just launched a new affiliate marketing training website, which I'll be reviewing shortly. But also, he is the guy who founded this tool called FP Traffic. So you can check out the link here. Now, FP Traffic, I can't even remember how I came across this. I just did. It was somehow I came across Luke talking about FP traffic and how he builds up Facebook pages, grows big audiences, and then monetizes those audiences. And so what I decided was, okay, I'm going to give this a try. So basically, what I started doing was building up Facebook pages and then growing audiences and then monetizing those audiences and the likes I've got in those audiences to actually make me some money. So that's the sort of absolute core basics of how I earn money from my Facebook pages. Basically, what I do is pick a niche. So that could be anything from a TV show to a TV character to entertainment brand. You could pick a wider topic like weight loss or marathon training or anything like that. There is just an unlimited supply of these topics you can pick from. You then build an audience for that page, and I'll talk more about that shortly. And then what you do is you monetize that audience. You sell them products, or you drive them to websites where you have ads, or you do a combination of all these things, or you sell advertising directly on the page. There are lots of different ways to skin that cat, but the most important thing is building the audience, and that's really what I'm going to focus on. Basically, if you want to earn money from Facebook page likes, what you have to understand is the most important thing is to have a big audience. You just want to keep growing your audiences as long as your quality is good. So that is one caveat, one thing I want to mention. If you're turning around and saying, oh, well, what I'll do is I'll create a Facebook page and then I'll go and buy a whole load of fake likes from India or the Philippines or whatever on Fiverr.com, and you might spend, $10 and get 10,000 likes. You simply will not get any results at all from that. It won't work. Fake likes, you could have a million fake likes. People will spot it from a mile away because your page will have loads and loads of likes but very little interaction, if any. So that will put real people off because they'll know they're dealing with a bullshit page, and you just won't get any clicks on your offers or anything. So what really, really counts, and what will allow you to earn the money from your Facebook audience and from your page likes, is to grow a targeted quality audience. So people who are really interested in a topic. So I'll talk about a specific sort of, I guess, niche that I'm like carving off a slice of on Facebook and one of my most successful pages. So I'm a really big fan of the TV show Futurama. If you know The Simpsons, the same people who made The Simpsons make Futurama. It's sort of like well, it's not really a spin-off, but the art style is very similar and the humor is quite similar and everything. But I've always preferred Futurama to The Simpsons. And basically what I did was created a Facebook page that's a sort of Futurama fan page. It's called Bender Quotes. Bender is one of the characters from Futurama. This is actually a mistake I made. I should have probably gone for a more generic page name, like, Futurama fans or something like that. But for some weird reason, I can't even remember at the time why I chose to do it, but I just picked the name of a character and the word quotes. I think I'd seen someone like Luke or someone else who was successful in this sort of area do something along the lines of it might have been like Phil Spector quotes or something like that, and it looked to be pretty successful, or Homer Simpson quotes, and so I thought I'll copy that. But anyway, what I did was created the page. Obviously, you've got a page, need to populate it with content, and need to grow an audience. So let's talk about those two key things. So the first is that in order to really engage people on Facebook, you've got to have good content. So if you've done any research on Facebook, you'll know that Facebook has an algorithm. So basically, what that algorithm does is if you have 100,000 likes and you post something on your page, not all 100,000 people are going to see that. A fraction of those people will see that. I've worked with businesses in my consulting role, that have had as low as 0.5%, 1% organic reach. Basically, their Facebook pages are almost worthless. They're just there because I suppose it's easy to manage, and it gives them some more brand recognition, and it's something they can link to off their website so they can show they're active on social media. On the other hand, I've got pages I run that are still consistently getting 20-30% organic reach and engagement. Really strong metrics. Basically, I'm not going to claim I'm the best in the world, but certainly what I've discovered is that you can get around the sort of constraints of the Facebook algorithm to an extent, at least for the time being. And that is one thing to note, that you could put a whole load of effort into this, start growing up a nice big Facebook page, start to monetize it, and then overnight Facebook could kill your business, simply because they might kill the algorithm that allows you to get any sort of reach on a page. They might go down the path of saying, hey, we only want to show people personal posts in their timeline. I know there was some talk about a test they were doing, of basically moving all page content to a secondary news feed, which would have killed this approach I'm sharing. But for the time being, it works. It's not as easy as it was, but it still works, and it's actually a lot of fun. So basically, once you've decided on a niche, and that can be really anything, I'll list some examples. Pets, hobbies, TV shows, bands, sports, although you've got to be careful with sports teams because the strict copyright, other brands. So, I mean, my brother does this as a little hobby. He's got a bunch of car brand pages, so Nissan, Toyota, Ford, all those kind of things. The list goes on. You can also do general sort of meme or entertainment pages, although that makes the monetization harder, which is something I'm going to talk about as well. But basically, once you've got your page created, and I'm not going to talk through the exact steps of creating the page, because if you're wanting to know how to earn money from your Facebook page likes, you've probably already got a page that's got some likes. But basically, if you want to start making money, once you've got your page in place, the two things you really need to focus on doing is sharing really engaging content that will boost up your reach and engagement. So basically, instead of getting, a fraction of the people who do like your page seeing your stuff, you actually get a bigger percentage. And then once you're doing that consistently and you're growing and you're getting good reach and engagement, then you can start dropping in monetized posts. So as far as the engaging content goes, basically I manage all of my Facebook pages through FB traffic. So you can check out my review of FB traffic here. I'm a huge believer in the tool. It's a bit of a buggy old interface. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I know Luke had been looking at releasing a pro version. I don't know where that ever got to. Maybe it will never get released, but certainly despite the bugs and the few problems it has, it makes managing Facebook pages really, really easy, and that's the key thing because you want to have multiple pages, you want to have different sort of angles within a niche covered so that you can actually I guess get more bites at the cherry. And then once you've got a tool set up to schedule, or you can just post the content manually, I guess, if you want to. Um, Although that is pretty time consuming. I sort of do a mix. I use my phone sometimes, or otherwise I do have regularly scheduled content through FB Traffic. Once you're doing that, the next thing is to start finding really engaging content. And basically, this will come down to exactly what is popular in your niche. You know, Things like memes or, if I use the Futurama example, actually is a good one. So memes work really, really well. Memes, however you want to describe it or pronounce it, they do really, really well. So I check places like the Futurama subreddit on reddit.com because fresh memes often get dropped there. So I'll copy those and load them up into FP Traffic and schedule them out. Quotes from the show. News about the show, all those kind of things. Basically, non-promotional content that's actually interesting around the topic or the subject. Where a lot of people derail their efforts on Facebook is they just post every single thing as a promotional poster. Businesses are the worst at doing this, in my experience, through my consulting work. The number of times I go onto a Facebook page and every single post on that Facebook page, every single one is just, check out this promotion, come buy this product, we've got a sale on this weekend. The equivalent for what I'm talking about on the affiliate side of things would be if every single post I made on my Futurama page was a link to a merchandise product where I earned a commission. That would, if I did that, solidly a couple of times a day for the next month, I'd probably permanently kill the reach on that page or at least severely damage it. So what you want to do, I basically try and have about an 80-20, maybe even 90-10 rule that I work to. That's 80 to 90% of the content I post is completely non-promotional. There's no links, there's no buy anything. It's just purely designed to engage the audience and basically get people sharing, get people commenting, get people tagging their friends, get it in front of more news feeds, get a larger audience, because obviously people tag their friends and then they see that they like the content the page is posting and they'll go, oh, I like that page too. I posted something the other day that you really took off on the Bender Quotes page, and within 48 hours I've had another 6,000 likes on the page, which is really, really impressive. You think there are lots of businesses out there who would take years to get to that many likes. And basically, yeah, that is the sort of the core. If you want to make money from Facebook page likes, you need to grow your audience. You always want to be growing your audience, the quality of that audience and the engagement of that audience and the size of that audience. And the way you do that is through good content. And once you've done that, what comes next? Where do you go to? How do you now turn this audience? If you look at my Bender Quotes page, I've got nearly 500,000 people who like that page. I know some guys here in New Zealand, tiny little country, and these guys have got pages with like millions of likes in various niches. They're absolutely killing it. You can look at what Luke does, Luke Kling does with his pages. I've linked one of them here. There are all sorts of people doing this. But how do you monetize it once you've got that audience? What do you actually do to make money? This is actually the trickiest bit. What you have to remember with Facebook is that people really aren't there to shop. They aren't there to buy things. They're sort of there for entertainment, time wasting. The number of people you see on the, airport waiting lounge or on the train or out at cafes just scrolling aimlessly through Facebook. They're not really in a buying mindset, so you have to approach this in a smart way. But what I'm going to do is talk you through various monetization methods. So if you've got an audience of Facebook page likes, here's how you can actually earn some money from your Facebook page likes and start to get some good results. So the first thing I think you want to do is look at whether you have opportunities with affiliate marketing. Now, Facebook has some rules around affiliate marketing. I probably skirt around them a little bit, sort of close to the edge of the tightrope, if you get what I mean. Some people are far more, I guess, to the letter with the rules. Facebook might change their opinion on affiliate marketing at any time, but for the time being, it works pretty well. And basically, what I do with my Futurama pages is I am an Amazon Associates affiliate, so I can promote Amazon products. And I go on to Amazon and I find Futurama merchandise. Amazon stocks a whole load of official Futurama merchandise, T-shirts, DVDs, hats, box sets, little gimmicky gadget kind of things, all that kind of stuff. There's loads of it. I mean, basically what I'll do is find interesting products, and then I actually post those products on my Facebook page, and I link to my affiliate link. So I'll I'll include a screenshot below, an example of a promotion I've used. So I'll say jump on Amazon, find a product I want to promote. Then what I do is I go out and I find an image of that product in use. This is probably one thing I do that is a little bit of a twist. Some people just link directly to Amazon, and that populates a link style post. I do something a little bit different. I actually post an image first, then I just put the link in the text description. So my sort of finding so far has been that tends to get better reach, and also it's a lot more engaging when someone sees an interesting photo of a product being used. So if we look at a T-shirt, for example, I'll try and find a genuine photo on somewhere like Reddit or Google Images of someone who's bought that T-shirt and who's showing it off, or they've posted it on their Instagram or whatever, and then I post that up as a image, and then I create a little text description. Hey, check out this awesome T-shirt. Who wants one of these? Go here to get it, and put my affiliate link in. And basically, yeah, what happens is people click if they're interested. If they see it, obviously the engagement is way worse. The engagement and reach is always way worse on promotional posts. Facebook just says, right, this guy's linking off to someone else. He's probably making money out of this. We're going to just smash his engagement and reach. But because I've got a big audience that's pretty well engaged, I do still get some cut through, and that's the key thing. I might get a fraction of the cut through I'd otherwise get, but it's still enough to drive often, 4, 5, 6, 700 clicks in a day to Amazon. And then, you're never going to earn massive money doing this with one or two pages, unless your pages get huge, because people aren't really in the mood to buy. They'll often just check out the product and sort of come back later, and your cookie might have expired, or they might realize that the product's too expensive or whatever. But remember, with Amazon, if someone buys anything during that session where your cookies dropped, you do get a percentage commission as well. So if I go back and look through my Amazon history, I might promote a T-shirt, a Futurama T-shirt, but someone winds up buying a Ginzu knife set, and I get a commission on that. It's not huge money because the merchandise isn't massive value. The conversion rates are nowhere near as big as you would get if you were out promoting, say, if we looked at like an SEO style Amazon affiliate site, best electric shaver reviews or something like that, where people are searching for a product, they're searching for a product to buy. The conversion rate will be way higher from that, but still, I make some nice commission on this. It makes me enough money to sort of really make it worthwhile, and it's something I've repeated across various Facebook pages and various niches. So that's the affiliate approach. You don't just have to use Amazon as well. There are loads of other suppliers or sort of websites around that sell merchandise, that sell T-shirts, that sell all sorts of things that your niche would be interested in. Let's say you had a Facebook page about marathon running. You could do affiliate links to training programs. I'm sure on ClickBank there would be training programs, books about running shoes, you name it. Basically, look at what your audience might be interested in buying, and then find a way to earn a commission selling them that. And work backwards from there. One thing I do want to alert you to, though, is do not fall into the trap. If you're basically abusing licensed goods. So what I mean by this is that if I look at, say, Futurama, right, I promote pretty much exclusively through Amazon for that page. And the reason I do that is because Amazon sells licensed Futurama merchandise, to the best of my knowledge. Now, I could go on somewhere like AliExpress and find knockoff or non-legitimate Futurama merchandise, T-shirts and toys and things, and I could set up a Shopify store and drop ship those products. And instead of making $1 or $2 commission, I could probably make $20 profit on each sale. But sooner or later, you'll get caught doing that, and you could be in for a real world of hurt when it comes to intellectual property and those kind of things. With an affiliate relationship, and if you're promoting genuine licensed merch, very different. But certainly, yeah, do not fall into that trap. you know, I'm not huge on Shopify drop shipping. I know some people make a whole lot of money with it, and there are some really smart people in that space. But the number of people I see who just have no concept that going on AliExpress, just because you can find it on AliExpress or Alibaba, um, and ship it in and resell it, doesn't mean you should, because you know companies place a lot of value in their intellectual property, and if they catch you violating that, they can and they will crack down on it. So that's why I stick to the affiliate thing. Yeah, I could probably make a whole lot of money in the short term, but no way is it worth the reputational or financial risks of doing it any other way. Yeah, so you're not going to catch me selling knockoff merchandise anytime soon. But that's the affiliate side of things. So build your audience, get it engaged, find products they would like to buy because they solve a problem for that audience or they're interested in them, and yeah, just chip away at it. Build more pages, build bigger audiences, and you'll make money from your Facebook likes that way. The next thing I want to talk about is making money from from ads. So I've tested this with I used to run a excuse me, really big network of Facebook pages that were related to classic British comedies. So if you've ever heard of shows like Dad's Army or Fawlty Towers, um, they were really popular TV shows in the UK, still a big audience for them. And what I did was created a whole lot of different niche Facebook pages, but tied them together in a network I called British Legends, and basically created one website that was a British Legends website that had almost like sort of BuzzFeed style clickbaity kind of articles, but about specific shows. So if we look at the example of Fawlty Towers, I might have an article like 7 things you never knew about Fawlty Towers. And on that website, you just do the classic clickbaity kind of thing. You jam it full of AdSense ad units and affiliate banners, other advertising platforms. I was using content.ad, which is like a native ads platform, those weird ads you see at the bottom of articles. There are so many different ways to do it, but basically you'd build up a site that was related to your page or your wider niche, and then you start creating content. And at one point I had someone just basically sort of doing really, I mean, they were pretty low quality articles, I'm not going to lie, but I was paying them, 5-10 US dollars to spin up an article. Then I'd post it, and post it to my pages, and then I might make 20, 30, $40 that day on AdSense from that article. And basically it was like an arbitrage thing. The only issue is, of course, you could run out of content to write about, but hopefully by then you've got a big enough back catalog that you can just go back and sort of tweak your articles a bit and start all over again. With this approach, you're not looking at doing sort of you're really not looking at focusing on SEO traffic or anything like that. So you almost don't even need to worry if Google doesn't really give you much indexing love, or ranking love for these articles. You're literally just creating content, putting ads in it, making that content relevant or enticing to your audience, and just posting links, once a day or once every couple of days on your Facebook page. There are people who've made mega fortunes, Viral Nova, BuzzFeed, all those kind of sites. All of them are built on this model. The difference is they tend to take a way wider view. They'll cover all sorts of topics, or they'll cover true clickbait stuff like, 17 of the weirdest photos ever taken. You won't believe number 4, and it's the sort of stuff that anyone might have a cursory interest in. I was going down the path of, and I still do go down the path of, niche-focused websites. So if I look at the Futurama example, I have other pages on shows that people would be interested in who might like Futurama, things like Simpsons or Family Guy or South Park. So I could create like a website, you know, animatedcomedies.net. Domain name is probably taken, but I'm just using this as an example. And I'd create a whole load of articles about Futurama and Simpsons and Family Guy and South Park, and put ads in them, and then just post those up. And yeah, if you combine that, I was combining that on my British Legends network with affiliate promotions as well. And yeah, I mean, it's not a millionaire maker by any stretch of the imagination, but it made some nice money. And it allowed me to monetize a Facebook likes audience, which is really good. And then another way to One final way I want to talk about how you can monetize or make money from your Facebook likes is actually selling directly advertising on the page. Now, this isn't something I haven't experimented too much with, and it's something I want to talk about because there are a lot of things you need to be aware of. But basically, if you have a large audience, people might be willing to pay for a direct placement. So let's say you had a 100,000 likes page about marathon running, and there was a marathon coming up in a certain area where maybe you had a lot of an audience, so New York Marathon or something like that. You might be able to get some direct advertising placements, so almost like influencers, like you see on Instagram. So people think of influencers as being like, pretty young got girls or guys who sort of vlog their lifestyle, and people follow them and they get product placements and shout out deals and all that kind of stuff. Well, actually, you can also think about it on a niche level. If you've got a big audience that's interested in tennis, a tennis brand might be interested in paying you for some advertising as well. The thing with this is there's a lot more of a manual process. You'd probably in the first instance have to go out and court advertisers, so actually go out and find businesses who could do with getting in front of your audience and pitch and add to them. It's hard to know what the pricing should be. It's hard to know what the deal should be. It can be hard for the audience to measure, or your advertiser, sorry, to measure the results, but there's definitely money to be made. But I wanted to bring this up. It's not something I really do much, and it's not something I really have the time at the moment to investigate. But one reason I did bring this up is once you get a Facebook page of any substantial size, you'll often start to get these message requests come through your Facebook inbox. They will say things like, hey, I want to advertise on your page. I'm willing to pay $1,000 a post. Or, hi, we are looking to buy advertising space on Facebook pages. We can pay immediately by Bitcoin, or something like that. They all tend to have like slightly poorly worded grammar, quite pushy. The profiles of the people sending the messages are often pretty fake looking. Whatever you do, don't respond to those. All of them are spam. All of them are scams. My understanding is the way it works is they basically encourage you to, they entice you by saying, oh, you could earn $1,000 for letting us post some ads on your page, and then they'll do something like either ask you to send some payment to them first, like the sort of classic Nigerian prince scam. I'm going to give you $10 million, but you need to send me $1,000 first to check the account works, or they'll do the same thing for you. Your money will never materialize, or they could actually hijack your page as well. They'll say something like, oh, you have to give me admin access to the page. As soon as you've given them admin access, they can lock you out. They can delete your admin account. So be extremely wary of that kind of thing. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. If I had people who could genuinely pay $1,000 per post on my Futurama Facebook page, well, I'd be sitting on a beach somewhere right now drinking a nice cocktail. I probably wouldn't be recording this. But the truth is that it's largely scam. You have to be super careful of that. Also, be really, really careful about any message that comes through to your page inbox that looks like it's from Facebook. It'll say something like, you've breached our policy, you need to confirm here. And if you look at the link, it's not actually Facebook. Same thing, once again, designed to place some malware on your computer or hijack your page or something like that. So be super careful of these kind of things as you start to grow your audience and you start to make money from your Facebook page likes. And one other thing I want to cover before I wrap this up is, can you sell a Facebook page? So let's say you have a profitable Facebook page and you want to know, can I sell it? Well, this is a really, really interesting sort of conundrum, really. According to Facebook rules, you're not supposed to sell Facebook pages. So if someone wants to buy your Facebook page or you want to sell it, you're not actually supposed to do that. There are Facebook pages for sale and you can buy them and people get around it. But technically, you could be in breach of their terms of service, and you might buy a Facebook page or sell it and then suddenly find that actually you've lost access to it because you've broken the rules. So how do you get around it? I've sold Facebook pages in the past and I've never had any issue. How do I do it? What I always do is I create a website related to that niche. So if I look at the British Legends example, the valuable thing, I sold that network of Facebook pages and the website, and the valuable thing there wasn't really the site. You could recreate the site pretty easily and spin up some content. It was the audiences I'd built, pages of 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 members, and growing and really good engagement. So what I did with those is basically grouped them together, built the British Legends site, and I sold the website with the Facebook pages being thrown in for free to the buyer. And I was able to sell it through Flipper.com, and get a nice little profit on it. And basically, it's pretty transparent to the buyer what they're getting. They're really, unless the site's super valuable in itself, what they're buying is the Facebook pages. But the website that you've set up becomes a vehicle through which you can legitimize and justify the sale of the pages. So if anyone came knocking, you could say, well, look, actually, what they've bought is the website. It was getting traffic, it was making money, but I have no use for the pages anymore, so I gave the pages to them for free. And obviously, you could potentially still get into trouble with that, but it's something that I want to just draw attention to. If you do want to sell your Facebook pages, or if you're looking to buy Facebook pages, that's one way to sort of broach the issue. But yeah, ultimately, if you want to, in conclusion, if you want to make money from Facebook page likes from your Facebook audience, first thing is make sure you have a niche or something you're targeting. It's much harder these days to monetize those general entertainment Facebook pages that have nothing to tie them together. The sort of, mem lord kind of pages. You might have massive audience and massive engagement, but unless you're so big, sort of like a behemoth like Unilad or BuzzFeed, you'll probably struggle. Especially with Facebook's algorithm. I believe the correct way to make money from Facebook pages is to niche down, focus on a topic or a niche, build a targeted and engaged audience, and then actually go away and grow that audience, and then start monetizing through targeted affiliate promotions or targeted product sales if you can legitimately sell product without breaking any copyright laws or IP laws, and then also look at targeted ads as well. If you can do those things, you will make some money. I'm not promising you're going to become a millionaire overnight, but certainly if you take the right approach, I make enough off my Facebook pages with very minimal work now, less than 10 minutes a day, maybe 10 to 15 minutes a day on average to manage about 10 different pages. That's all together, that's not per page, and I make enough per year to go on a holiday or two. So it's like a little hobby that makes me money, and I could scale it up if I wanted as well. So have a think about it. Let me know if you've got any questions. Leave a comment, and yeah, basically enjoy. I hope to see you doing well with Facebook pages.